Welcome to the first part of our five-part series on the expanding Earth theory, a wild, mind-bending idea that challenges everything you might have learned about our planet in school. Over the next few videos, we're going to dive deep into this controversial theory, what it is, where it came from, the evidence for and against it, and whether it still holds any weight today. So let's kick things off with the big question. What exactly is the expanding Earth theory? Buckle up, because this is going to take us on a ride through some out there geology. Imagine this. The Earth you're standing on right now isn't the same size it was billions of years ago. According to the expanding Earth theory, our planet has been growing like a balloon slowly inflating over geological time. Not just a little, but a lot. Proponents say that way back in the distant past, Earth was much smaller, maybe even half its current size. Back then, all the continents we know today, Africa, South America, Australia, were squished together, covering the whole surface of this tinier planet. And here's the twist. The big oceans we see today, they didn't exist as separate bodies of water. Instead, they were one massive ocean sitting on top of that landmass. Some even point out this echoes the Bible's account in Genesis, where it says the earth started with water covering everything before land appeared. It's a striking image, a small, water-drenched world. And this is going to blow your mind. The smaller Earth must have also had lower gravity, and this could be the very reason why large dinosaurs existed and were not crushed under their own body weight. Now, here's the key. The Earth has always been expanding, and some supporters say it's because it's constantly being hit by particles from the sun, of which most go through Earth, but some stay inside, slowly increasing its mass over time. As it grows bigger, that single landmass beneath the water has cracked and stretched apart. The continents have drifted away from each other, and that giant ocean shifted, sinking into the gaps to form the separate seas we know today, like the Atlantic and the Pacific. Picture it, the Earth puffing up from all those solar neutrons, the land splitting, and the water settling into those new spaces, almost like dough rising and cracking in an oven. That's the heart of the expanding Earth theory. The planet's growth, driven by this cosmic bombardment, is what shaped the world map we see now. You might be thinking, hold up, that's not what I learned in science class. And for most people, you'd be right. Today, we're usually taught plate tectonics, the idea that Earth's surface is made of big, shifting plates floating on a molten layer underneath. Those plates crash, drift, and recycle back into the Earth over millions of years. It's the mainstream explanation for why continents move. But here's a twist. The folks who came up with plate tectonics, like Alfred Wegener with his continental drift idea in 1912, they only saw part of the picture. They noticed how the Americas and Africa fit together like puzzle pieces and said, aha, the continents must have been moving. They couldn't imagine that all the landmasses might join up everywhere on a smaller sphere. If they'd realized the continents could fit together completely on a tinier Earth, they very likely would have started with an expanding Earth theory instead. In fact, in Eastern Germany, the DDR, both plate tectonics and expanding Earth were even taught side by side until reunification with the West in 1990, showing not everyone bought the moving plates story hook, line, and sinker. And here's something else to chew on. We know all big theories, like plate tectonics, are often the result of political decisions, not just scientific results. Science isn't always this pure, objective thing. Discoveries get contradicted by other theories all the time, and what wins out can depend on who's got the loudest voice or the most funding. Back in the day, plate tectonics fit the narrative the scientific establishment wanted to push, while the idea of an expanding Earth got sidelined. So where did this expanding idea come from? It's got roots in real scientific thought. Early 20th century geologists, before plate tectonics took over, wondered if Earth's size might not be fixed. They saw how continents fit together, not just Africa and the Americas, but all of them. And some said, what if the Earth has been growing all along, splitting those pieces apart as it gains mass from the sun, and that one big ocean reshaped itself as it went? Here's where it gets fascinating. If the Earth was smaller, with one giant ocean on top like the Bible hints at, and it's been expanding due to solar neutrons, it changes how we think about everything: gravity, the atmosphere, even life itself. Some argue a smaller Earth would have had weaker gravity, maybe explaining why dinosaurs grew so massive. Others say this ongoing expansion created the ocean floors we see today. It's a radical rethink of Earth's story with huge implications. Of course, this isn't the mainstream view today. Most scientists will tell you the expanding Earth theory doesn't hold water, not with evidence for plate tectonics like deep sea trenches and volcanic zones showing the crust recycling itself. Plus, neutrons from the sun adding enough mass to grow the Earth. That's a stretch for modern physics. But here's the kicker: this theory still has believers. Geologists, hobbyists, folks online, they wonder if there's something to it. Could the Earth really be growing beneath us, fueled by the sun? Did it start with one ocean over a fully joined landmass, just as ancient texts describe, before expanding into what we see now? That's what we're here to explore in this series. We'll dig into the history of this idea, the arguments for it, the pushback from science, and whether it's just a neat story or something more. This is part one, setting the stage. Next time, in part two, we'll go back in time to see how this theory got started and who the key figures were behind it. It's a tale worth sticking around for. So, what do you think so far? Does the idea of an expanding Earth, with one big ocean splitting apart thanks to solar neutrons, sound crazy, or could there be truth to it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what's on your mind. If you're hooked, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss part two. We've got a lot more to uncover. Until next time, keep wondering about the world beneath your feet. See you soon.